Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. In this video we are going to discuss soils and its types, what are their usage and where they are found. If you are new to this channel, consider subscribing to it. So let's get started. What is soil? Upper layer of the earth crust capable of supporting life is called soil. It is made up of loose rock materials and humus. Humus is nothing but small microorganisms that live under the soil is called humus. Soil forming processes are mainly influenced by 2 to 3 factors, which are parent rock, climate, vegetation, and animal life. Now let's move on to importance of soil resources. Soil is an extremely important resource, especially in agricultural societies like ours, that is Bharat, Pakistan, and Bangladesh. Most of our society is dependent on agriculture for its livelihood. Most food items like rice, wheat, pulses, fruits, and vegetables, and much of our clothing are derived from the soil directly or indirectly. Soils also gives us firewood, timber, rubber, fibers, etc. Food like milk, meat, and eggs are obtained from the soil indirectly from the soil. Flowers, grass, plants, and trees are also grown out of soil. Now let's discuss soil erosion and its type. How does soil erosion happens? It happens when the soil loses its plant's cover and becomes exposed to wind and rain and easily washed or blown away. This condition is called soil erosion. Basically, there are two types through which soil erosion happens, that are running water and wind. Now let's move on to types of soil in India. According to the Indian Council of Agricultural Research, it divides Indian soils into 8 groups, namely alluvial soil, black soils, rich soils, laterite, arid and desert, saline and alkaline forest, peaty and other organic soil. However, Indian soils are generally divided into 4 types, that is alluvial soils, regur soils, rich soils and lateritic soils. Let's discuss the first type of soil, that is alluvial soil. This is the most important and widespread category. It covers approximately 40% of the land area. In fact, the entire northern plains are made up of these soils. They have been brought down and deposited by 3 great Himalayan rivers, Satluj, Ganga and Brahmaputra and their tributaries. Means they are mainly deposited by these 3 rivers in which these soils are formed. They are common in eastern coastal plains and in the deltas of the Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri. The crops which are grown on these soils are Kharif and Rabi crops like cereals, cotton, oilseeds and sugarcane. The lower Ganga Brahmaputra valley is useful for jute cultivation, and the jute is primarily found in West Bengal. Let's move on to the next type of soil, that is regur or black soils. These soils are of volcanic origin. These soils are black in color and are known as black soils. Since they are ideal for growing cotton, they are also called cotton soils. These soils are most typical of the Deccan Trap region spread over northwestern Deccan Plateau and are made up of lava flows. Regur or black soils are found in the plateaus of Maharashtra, Saurashtra, Malwa and southern MP. The crops which are grown on these soils are cotton, jowar, wheat, sugarcane, linseed, gram, fruit and veggies. Now let's move on to our next type of soil, which is rich soils. These soils are formed by weathering of crystalline and metamorphic rocks, that is mainly granite and gneisses. It is a mixture of clay and sand. These soils are developed on old crystalline rocks under moderate to heavy rainfall conditions. The color of these soils is red because of their high iron oxide content. They are deficient in phosphoric acid, organic matter and nitrogenous material. So most of the content which is important for plant growth are absent in this. Rich soils cover the eastern part of the peninsular region comprising Chota Nagpur Plateau, Odisha, eastern Chhattisgarh, Telangana and the Nilgiris. The crops which are grown on rich soils are wheat, rice, millets and pulses. Now let's move on to our next soil, which is laterite soil. The laterite soils are formed due to weathering or lateritic rocks in low temperature and heavy rainfall with alternating dry and wet period. You can find these soils on the edge of plateau in the east, covering small parts of Tamil Nadu, Odisha, and a small part of Chota Nagpur. Lateritic soils are red in color with a high content of iron oxides and poor in nitrogen and lime. The laterite soils are unsuitable for agriculture due to high content of acidity and inability to retain moisture. Now let's move on to next soil, which is arid and desert soil. The arid and desert soil are found in the region of northwestern India, covers entire area of the West Aravallis in Rajasthan, which is mostly the Thar desert, and parts of Haryana, Punjab, and Gujarat. The characteristic of this soil is it is rich in phosphorus but poor in nitrogen. The crops which are grown here are mainly wheat, which you can find in the Ganganagar area of Rajasthan, which is also goes by the name of wheat basket of Rajasthan. Now let's discuss some important facts related to agriculture in India. In our country, about 65 to 70% of the total population is dependent on agriculture. The role of agriculture is paramount in the economy of India because most of our people are dependent on agriculture. About 2/3 of our population derives its livelihood from agriculture. It also provides food to the second biggest population, and the biggest population of cattle in the world lives in India. Our agro-based industries are fully dependent on raw material provided by agriculture. In agriculture and its allied activities, it accounts for 45% of our national income. So that is all related to soil and its type and their usages. If you found this video useful, do like it and let me know in the comment section. Thank you for watching it.